Good morning, children. Today we will talk about neurodevelopmental disorders, and this is the last session of this chapter. Myself, Avneet Kaur from the Millennium School, South City, Lucknow. Now, children, when you are talking about neurodevelopmental disorder, by the word itself, neuro, meaning there are some activities, there are some reasons that are related to the neurons of the individual, and the basic characteristic includes that these neurodevelopmental disorders characteristics are manifested usually in the early stage of development. Number 1. Number 2, these symptoms often appear before the child enters the school, and they are characterized by either the deficits, meaning less in number, or excessive, meaning in large amount of number in particular behavior, or delays in achieving a particular age appropriate behavior, meaning either the behavior that a person is showing, it will be to a great extent or not at all. These are the two approaches, right? And they will be age inappropriate. Now the types are included: ADHD, ASD, ID, and SLD. ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. When you're talking about attention deficit, in this a person or the child, it is very difficult for him to work or play or to be in a particular environment for a long period of time. They are very impulsive, right? And it's like in ADHD, basically the common complaints include that the child does not listen, does not concentrate, or does not follow the instruction, is very forgetful, and does not finish the assignment, etc. And children who are impulsive, they are seemed to be unable to control their immediate reaction of thinking before they act. This is impulsivity, right? And usually they are labeled hyperactive, as if the teacher described them as they are driven by a motor, because they always go along anywhere or everywhere in the class even, and talk incessantly. Now ASD, you all know DSM-5 has made changes. Earlier it was only autism, now it is autism spectrum disorder, where various things are noted: impairment of social interaction, stereotype pattern of behavior, difficulty in social interaction, profound difficulties in relating to other people, unable to initiate social behavior, unable to share experiences, and abnormalities in communication. When you're talking about intellectual disability, it refers to the average or the person who is having below IQ below 70. You have studied it in chapter number 2. And this includes the area of communication, self-care, home living, or etc. So it is these functional are all manifested before the age of 18 years. This is the reason, children, why under neurodevelopmental disorder intellectual disability is kept. Next, when you're talking about specific learning disorder, in this the child perceives and faces problem in processing the information efficiently and accurately. Next, when you're talking about disruptive impulsive control and conduct disorder, it includes oppositional defiant disorder, conduct, and others. Now, ODD or ODD, it's oppositional defiant disorder. First of all, it is age inappropriate stubbornness is seen in the child. He is or she is irritable, disobedient, and behaves in a very hostile manner, and they do not find themselves disobedient or stubborn, and rather they justify their behavior as a reaction to a circumstance. It's like, because this circumstance was created, that is why I reacted this way. They will not accept that they are behaving in a certain inappropriate manner. Next, when you're talking about conduct disorder and antisocial, again it is age inappropriate actions and attitudes are seen that are violating family expectations, social norms, and personal property rights of others. And these include aggressive actions. Now you have 4 types of aggression: verbal, physical, hostile, or proactive. Where verbal aggression includes by name calling or swearing, physical means hitting or fighting, hostile means directly causing an injury to other person, and proactive meaning dominating or bullying others without any provocation. Next, children, you talk about feeding and eating disorders. These include three: anorexia nervosa, bulimia, and binge. So we need to understand that whenever there is a special interaction of the young people, usually nowadays is with eating disorders, right? Any amount that is being inappropriately being intaken, this is called feeding or eating disorder, of which anorexia nervosa is the number one, where the individual has distorted body image and finds him or herself overweight. Now see this, because they are finding themselves overweight, every problem begins from here, right? And because of this, they often refuse eating in front of others, exercise compulsively, develop unusual habits, and may lose large amount of weight and even starve himself or herself to death. Next, you talk about bulimia nervosa, where the individual excessively eats and then purges his or her body out of food by using laxatives, diuretics, or by vomiting. Right? These are the different ways by which he or she can purge out the food, because when they are intaking the food, they are feeling very ashamed and embarrassed. But when they once purge out, they feel comfortable and out of this negative emotion. Binge eating is the repeated or the frequent amount of out of control eating to a level where a person is uncomfortably full, and usually a person eats when even they are not hungry. Next, lastly, you have substance related and addictive disorders that are caused due to maladaptive behavior resulting from regular and consistent use of any substance. Now, these problems are included by alcohol, cocaine, tobacco, or opioids, because of which altering or the alteration is seen in the way a people or an individual might think, feel, and behave.